Do you want to make your own 3D models for your game? Then this series will be perfect for you. In this series I will be teaching you the basics of Blender, some modifiers, basic shapes, how to move, optimize models, color them and much more. This series is also made as a Blender to Roblox tutorial, so I will tell you how to export your model into Roblox Studio and how to prepare the model before exporting it. This series is separated into 3 parts. So this is part 1. And in this part I will teach you the basics, so I will teach you how to move, insert objects, basic stuff like extrude, fill, scale, rotate, knife tool, bevel, insert. And the most basic modifier, at least for me, I use it the most often, it's the decimate modifier. So first you open Blender and you press A and delete. And how to move? You press the middle mouse button and hold it, and you can rotate like this. And if you do this and also press and hold shift, you can move like that. Also, if you want to move, you first have to press shift and then the middle mouse button, and now you can also zoom, so that's made by scrolling your middle mouse button. And I think that's all for the movement. Now let's show you how you can import some basic shapes, and from these shapes you can start making your model. So you press shift and A and you will see this menu. You can insert some text, and then you can go to edit mode and you can just type anything that you want. But we will do the basic shapes, so we can go to mesh and we can see plane, cube, circle, UV sphere, icosphere, cylinder, cone, torus, grid and monkey. So we will click on plane, and as you can see we have a plane. So then we have cube. You can delete it by pressing the delete while you have selected the model. Circle, UV sphere, this is icosphere, this is cylinder, and you can also go there. And here you can see vertices, so you can change how much vertices there are. So if you put it to 1, it's a triangle. Well, you can't really put it at 1. If you will put it at 1, it will automatically set it to 3. But if we will put it to 5, you can see we have 5 vertices there. Under cylinder we have cone, also pretty useful. You can also change some stuff like vertices, so you can change it to 15, we can change it to 5. And then we have torus. You can also change torus. You can change 2 stuff in there, and that's it for the torus. So now that we know how to insert models, let's insert a cube, and I will teach you the basics of modeling. So how you can move models? So you can go to the left side and you can see these. We have move, rotate, scale and transform, and we don't really need to care about the other ones. So move shows you these arrows and you can move them like this. Rotate will allow you to rotate the model. Scale will allow you to scale it. And transform is basically all of them at once. So we can press Ctrl and Z. And by that we undo it. And if you accidentally pressed Ctrl and Z, then you can press Ctrl Shift and Z and it will go like this. Like you could say that now I pressed Ctrl Z too many times and it deleted my cube, so I want to get the cube back, so I press Ctrl Shift and Z. Also maybe a useless stuff, if you press W, you can see there, it changes your cursor. It will change the user perspective. So how you start modeling? You select your model and then press tab, and you will go to the edit mode. So there are 4 different modes. You can see them on the top. There is the wireframe, which is just showing you all the vertices and not the faces. Then you have solid, which shows you everything, but no colors. Then you have material preview, which will show you the colors. We will talk more about it after we will be coloring our models. And then we have rendered, which will also show the light. So like we can now insert a light, point light, and here in the properties we can set it to like 200. And we can also set the color. Now I will show how you can duplicate stuff. Select the thing that you want to duplicate and then you press Shift and D. And then you can move it whenever you want. So we will delete all the lights. We will go back to solid mode. And you can also quickly move from wireframe to solid by pressing Shift and Z. So now let's get actually into the modeling. So press tab. And here you have also 3 modes. You can click on them to select them, or you can press 1, 2 and 3 to move between them. 1 is the vertex mode or vertex, and basically you'll see every single vertex. Then we have the edge, which shows the edges, and we can select the edges. And then we have the face mode, which shows us the faces. And now I will show some basic stuff in edit mode. So press E, and if you press the middle mouse button, you can go anywhere, and if you press it again, it will be like this. And now, as you can see, we extruded the cube. We can now do this, and it's a more complicated shape. And what fill does? Well, let's get this, duplicate it, and to move it, also if you press G and then Y, X and Z, you will move it on that axis. And now we have this. And what if you want these two to be connected? Just select this and press F. And now we can do this again. So this and this and F, this and this and F, and we can also do this there. And now we have maybe a gun. We can select this and move it. You can select your face, press I to insert, and as you can see, you can scale however you want. And if you press multiple faces and press I, and it's like connected together. But if you press I again, then it's all separated. So we want to insert just this, so we can get this face, extrude it, insert it again, extrude it down, and yeah, I don't know what this could be, but yeah, you can now make this if you want. And I think you already know how the scale works. You just select this and press S. And just like with the move tool, you can press S and Y, which will not do anything, S and X, which will do something, and S and Z. S and X didn't do anything because it was just a plane, but if we select these two, and now we will do S and Y, you can see we can scale it. And the same thing with rotate. You can just select this, press R to rotate, and you can either rotate it from your view like this, it will rotate on all three axes depending how you look at the model, or you can just press R and Y, X and Z, and it will scale only on these axes. And now I will show the knife tool. So how you use knife tool: press K and you will have this knife, and then you can just click where you want and then connect it, and then press enter, and it made a face there. And you can extrude it, and I don't know what you could want to do with this, but yeah, you can rotate it, move it. And another feature is bevel, so just select a face and then press Ctrl B, and as you can see we beveled it, and it's like more smooth now. And you can also change how smooth it is, so Ctrl B, and then if you scroll with your middle mouse button, you can change the amount of vertices that it will do. I wouldn't recommend doing something huge, because the more faces you have, the less optimized your game is. You can add more vertices by doing Ctrl and R, and you can also scroll to change how much vertices you want. And then you just click, and then you can also move them. And the knife tool also has some other stuff. If we will go there and hold it, we can change it to bisect. And we can press A, and then this, and then bisect, as you can see there, and we can clear inner, and I would also recommend doing the fill and or clear outer. And as you can see now we cut this whole part that we selected with the bisect, which is also a useless stuff if you are making rocks or something. And now I will show one of the modifiers. We will look into more modifiers in the next part, so I definitely like, comment, share and subscribe so you don't miss them. So you can go to this modifiers properties tab, then add modifiers, and you will look for decimate, and then you can set how much you want it to decimate. 1 is nothing, 0 is the most you can do. The lower number you have, the more vertices it will remove. And as you can see, it looks like this. So originally it looked like this, and now it will look like this. And we can click on this arrow and click apply. And as you can see, it did this. So it's basically like a way how you can optimize your models. But there are of course other stuff that called optimize your models, and we will be looking into that in the next parts too. So yeah, like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.